you know, and it just seemed like nobody could hit shit back in the day. Like, I don't know if it was like the paint was different or it's like, right, there were even like less bunkers on the field. The fields were bigger.
And I think the big thing with the WDP video too is like it showed that era had a lot of technology, but not fully, if that makes sense. Because like
that reg machine that looked like it took your blood pressure on it.
Like they could make things like that, or they could shoot balls really fast, but like insert systems weren't really popular, and people didn't think about like boring paint as much as like throwing something in. They'd have to have a different barrel to do so. So it kind of became a cost thing as well of like, well, this barrel's bored this size, but this paint's really big, so maybe I want to use this barrel in my bag. And it made it so you had to have more accessories. It definitely, dude, it was just a different era, bro. And it was really cool to show it off. I mean, I keep repeating myself, but it was cool, bro. I'm excited. I'm proud of the video. That's why I was laughing when the first thing I got back from it was Mike shitting on it. I was like, God damn it, Baird, just wait a second and then we'll get to it. Let everyone else talk.
Yeah, he told me about that. I also got a message about the same thing to me, and pretty much just copied and pasted your message to my dad on the Patreon. I think it was Dirk that messaged me. Yeah, and just like, there you go. There's the response. Just you gotta wait for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, and there is more story to tell with the WDP stuff because of the the patent suits and all that. But the way I look at it, that also is more kind of smart parts of the story to tell. One of the things that they did was they went ahead and tried to patent the electronic pneumatic paintball gun, because that was like, well, the Gardner's parents were also, I think they were patent lawyers, so they were already kind of familiar with that process, and they were able to get in on that really quickly. Whereas other people were taking time, and also, is that even a concept you can patent? And just all of those things. That in of itself is a 5-minute section of a video right there. And so it's like, that is a story we got to tell, but I think that definitely is more on, telling the smart part story and kind of what happens to that brand. So yeah, it'll be a fun one to say. And, like I said earlier, there will be
the next episode.
Yeah, there will be more of these to come. People were talking about the Bob Long one. I think that one would be really cool. Obviously we have Mr. Terrence Fong, and I'm sure he'd be willing to answer some questions about that. So that would be cool to kind of pick his brain about some of those old days. Because even just hanging out at practices at Capital Edge around him, like he's definitely already talked about some of the stuff, and it's so interesting. There was a lot of crazy things going on during that era.
Terry's a cool guy. I like being with Terry because he's obviously the chief of the field 2 that me and Cedar ref on, right? Because Cedar's the head ref and then I'm his right hand, blah blah blah. It is so funny what the things that Terry will say when people are like, say if they're like sitting on the buzzer, like waiting for them to towel it, but they'll be like sitting for them to like get mercied, right? And they're like, he'll come on the all call and just say, "You guys know it's about to be a mercy. You guys can just hang in and get this over with. We'll be done
voice
faster."
For use. That's not the right voice.
I was just I can't even do a Terry voice. That's a Brando job for the Terry voice.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop. No, stop. I looked down at my phone and I realized what was happening. I'm gonna have to cut that. Oh my god. All right, so Brandon's canceled. So moving forward,
oh god, that was fucking
Terry,
funny.
we love you, and I don't know why he just did that. He got too comfortable. He was trying to make a joke. Time code. Fuck it. I'll write it down. I may not. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. We hit all the kind of things I wanted to talk about on that. Just came out. It went good. We talked to the people. It was great.
Yeah, you earlier, it not necessarily for the WDP video, but since someone brought it up about the paint and bore, like bore matching with your barrel, it just like I remembered something when I was a kid. My dad had like these little inserts, little itty bitty, that like went into the back of the barrel, and I'll just think about that with the freak kit now, the 8-inch. It is wild because it was like, I don't know, like an inch long of their insert.
It was almost more like a funnel than like an insert. Like it wasn't half your barrel. It was kind of just gets you in and then you go.
Is it eventually
yeah.
like the insert is just going to be like a barrel inside of another barrel, like perfectly?
I mean, that
it's gonna
kind of
turn
is
into
what an
eventually?
insert is today.
Yeah.
It's the right bore, so your paint, because even that probably does help having that inch. Because the whole reason why
I
you
think it
want that is
prevented
because
rollouts.
that would make sense too. But even I was gonna say, even just
Can't believe that was a thing.
the main thing why inserts help is because your ball spends more time being accelerated forward because that pressure is like perfectly behind it. Once it gets open and has more spots, some of that air can kind of seep around it in different ways. And then especially once you hit the porting, a lot of that air starts to kind of seep out and go different ways. So if your ball, your projectile can have more time where it's actually being accelerated, it'll fly a little straighter. Usually its projectile arc won't be as kind of curvy. It'll be a little straighter. And then as well as, little with paintballs, because they're spherical, tends to be a little more accurate.
Dude, I wish I knew more of this paintball gun sorcery, bro.
Well, that was more kind of
That was-
ballistics in general, because
Blew
like
my
that's
mind in a
like
second.
like if you have like a short barrel pistol, like you super short, it's compact. They usually aren't very accurate because your round that goes down range is only being twisted in the rifling, which it gives it that twist that makes it go super straight for a very short amount of time. So it does have some spin imparted on it, and it does have some time for the gas to build up behind it to give it speed, but not as much if that barrel was a little longer. But there is a too long point where now, all right, you're wasting some energy because it has to spend so much of its time just sitting in this barrel trying to come out. Yep, bullet physics, that's what we're talking about. This is an incredibly dull topic, and I could feel the paint drying behind me on the walls as I was saying it.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, yeah, but it is what it is.
So
That's
we
WDP,
go, dude?
baby. It's making sexiness out of paint drying from, are the girls dancing? They're dancing.
yeah, insert girls dancing here.
Just find that clip,
Make anything interesting. Just insert bikini girls or like insert like raunchy ass pic on a beach.
Okay. I'll insert some WDP
Let's
thing.
go.
So yeah, last call. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. We'll stop talking about it. It's been great. Yeah, let's get back into the rest of this
video.
episode 63, because 62 doesn't exist. No one talk about it.
We're thrown off, dude. We
The
fucking
main
thrown
rule
off.
with episode 62 is we don't talk about episode 62. All right, friends. All right,
sure
fam.
are talking about something we don't know. Sure are talking a lot about something we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you guys want to get into like kind of the big juicy thing tonight? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off on that topic for one more
Are you
topic.
about to
It's
hit us
not
with
on
the
my
Tom
sheet.
ball?
It will be Tom Ball. But before we go there, I want to hear about you surrendering someone, Hatch. This is something I've been hearing a lot about. I know you're
fuck.
very excited to tell us. So just get it off your chest here at the beginning so you don't squirrel us with a shiny object the rest of the night.
Okay, so we were practicing against a team I'm not going to name because it was just so funny. But one of our guys they needed a guy for a point, so he went over to the other team and played for them. So we are having a devastating breakout, right? We lose a guy off the snake side off the break. I'm working with Logan, getting Logan down the snake. Then our Dorito guys die. So it's basically 2-on-5. And I push Logan down into their side of the snake. And so I'm like, yo, Logan, I'm going over towards the Dorito side. So I start swinging all the way over. I like shoot a guy underneath.
Hatch
I don't know if
always
you guys have
goes to
seen
the
the Seppo
Doritos,
layout.
man.
I had to.
It's
I was
his
in the snake
home.
corner.
It's calling him back.
I was Mr. Worldwide at that point,
Okay.
So
Pitbull.
I don't know if you guys have seen that Seppo layout with the fucking monstrosity on top, There's a brick on top of a brick. It is so
I don't know how to
funny looking.
explain it. Marv cooked up in the lab some craziness, and he put a crazy layout on the field.
The thing is, it's just tall enough to where you can for sure shoot underneath it. Like I blocked myself out with a bunker, and I'm like duck walking up to the wedge, and I literally shoot a guy right underneath it in his legs, and I'm like, "Yep, get out." So I start
Kind
running
of like
down
an A, like kind of.
yeah, but way taller, like way taller.
Way taller.
Like some people like Brando, you could probably stand up. You could probably full sprint standing up, get under there.
No, not fully. If I crouch down, I can.
Yeah, sure
Okay.
can. You can
Just
make
a
it
little
work.
bit. Just a little bit.
But
Just a
at
little
least
bit,
if
just a
you
little
ran
bit.
through there, it wouldn't move much. Like if I ran through there, it'd fall
Yeah.
over probably.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to
The
definitely get
duct tape's
into
coming
a,
off.
Duct tape. Is
Yeah.
that how it's held up? I love that. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Redneck
And so
ingenuity.
I'm running down the Dorito side, and here, lo and behold, it's one of my teammates, Caden Spencer. And I am running down the Dorito side. I shoot a guy, and I'm running him down, and I have my barrel to the back of his head, and I just hit him with the get out. And dude, it was just so funny because the thing is, he was so mad. He's like, "Fuck!" Because they lost a 5-on-2. It was so bad because Logan started cooking as soon as I took off.
And God, you humiliated the kid. I like how we've been talking so hype about Caden for the last couple of weeks, and then I surrendered him in a fucking point.
I gave him the mercy.
You showed mercy.
Let me tell you though, this if he would have even flinched, his day is getting ruined. His day is getting ruined.
Yeah, that's how we know Hatch is getting older, guys. A different side of him starting to come out. He's slowing down in life. He's not putting 16. He's not as angry. Something's made him a little more happy. I wonder what that is.
I know you guys like that one meme that I posted where it's like me doing my thing, and then it's what the refs see.
Yeah, you posted that. Oh my god,
dude!
I think when I first saw that meme, what I texted in the chat was the second mag dump seals it for me, because this motherfucker, he turns around, gets everyone, reloads, goes again, reloads again, dumps that mag, and I was like, oh my god, man! Like
he's like literally touching the back of his head with his gun.
You can just see
annihilating him
because it's airsoft. You can see just the BBs just bouncing off this dude's dome. Yeah, that's not what you're doing, but that's what the refs think.
Yeah, it makes it look so bad, but for some reason, 2 balls is a little much.
I will say in the Master Chief video. Did you notice how I left in the Padres player?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gave it
to
that kid.
I cannot believe they called that a trade.
You may have got hit first on that one.
It looked like,
whatever.
Yeah.
You may have. It was definitely a trade at best case, honestly, for you guys. But I was just more so like, you fucking gave it to him.
Whatever. It is what it is.
All right, you don't want to talk about it. You're scared.
Okay, whoa. Where was I hit at?
I think it was somewhere in the pack.
If you say the pack, you can't even blame me, bro. If you say the pack, you can't even blame me.
No, I wasn't saying it was a bad penalty, but I was saying, all right, trade works. I just laughed how you were like, there's no way that was a trade, man.
I mean, I fucked him up, but
I also wasn't arguing that point. I agree with you there.
Honestly, I just got to get a little bit faster to where, the paintball, if I run faster, my ions just won't connect and it'll just go straight through.
Yeah, talk to J-Bro, bro.
Yeah. Just get big, eat big. That's what
muscle
he told me
does help, but it's also like you got to be doing the right
weight.
stuff, especially for like explosive speed like that. Like it is, you don't want to just have like generally massive legs. Albeit that helps, but it might actually slow you down if you just have like fat ass thighs.
Like no mobility in the quads. Or like no mobility.
You need that quick twitch.
Quick twitch muscle fiber.
Yeah. That's Micah. Micah knows.
Jesus. I was thinking it, but I wasn't gonna say it. Oh my god. That fucking ESPN broadcast moment. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that, but it is so goddamn funny. Because this man has no idea what he's saying. You know what we're talking about?
I'm pretty sure we said
I know.
that in the group chat not even that long ago.
Oh god. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm not in that group chat, but yeah, no, fucking if you guys don't out there, this ESPN broadcaster was he was calling some football game back in like early 2000s and started explaining how the black players are better because they have more quick twitch muscle. It's the quick twitch muscle. They can snap, they can get down the field. It's the quick twitch muscle. And I don't know why I gave him a John Madden accent. It definitely wasn't John Madden, but it was fucking hilarious. Like if you haven't seen the clip, definitely go look it up.
It's like what was it in Jackie Robinson when they're like, oh, they got the longer heel bone. It's not fair.
Jesus, it honestly kind of reminiscent. Like it was vague racism, 100%.
Yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure I saw. What's that comedian? We were just talking about him. When we were talking about the Down syndrome guy.
Oh, Shane Gillis?
He was just talking. Yes. He was saying how.
I answered that way too quick. I answered without thinking, and that's dangerous around Hatch.
No, because that guy, every TikTok I see of him, he's talking about Down syndrome people.
Well, it's because he has a couple jokes about it in his latest special, and of course, everyone's like pulling those for TikTok reels.
Yeah. Oh man, I just lost
Kinda
my train of
looks
thought.
like it.
That was so funny.
Shane Gill is
damn
talking
it.
about Down syndrome people.
Oh, we were talking about something before that.
Quick Twitch.
Quick
Quick
Twitch.
Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Vague racism.
He on his show, he was talking about how you can go back and listen to the announcers for the first Jackie Robinson game and how they were just ruthless like that whole time.
Oh.
So
I think I've seen this reel. Like I vaguely remember him saying that in something. I don't remember the full moment, but yeah, dude, that's fucking hilarious. Because I think he says something like at first they're like pissed off and they're like, God damn it, he's fucking good.
Oh.
Like they kind of at the end are like pissed off for a different reason. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like, America stopped being cool when people stop talking like this, eh? You know, that
Oh,
old school,
yeah,
what is that
see?
New York accent?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got the
exactly.
1920 accent, see? It's what this guy would use. He would take his Tommy gun in. He
Exactly.
would go to xxvthelabel.com and buy himself a new shirt so he could rock his Tommy gun, you see?
That was
Dude, I fucking
great.
snuck that in there, bro.
That was
Look at
good.
that
That was good.
improv, that quick twitch muscle improv, bro.
Quick twitch muscle.
It's this
dude.
nectar,
Quick
man.
twitch
I'm
muscle.
firing on all cylinders right now. Let's go. Gotta shout out our
Dude, we gotta
sponsors.
get that. We gotta
Look
get
what
that
I beat while
Baird,
we're at it.
bro.
One more extra sponsor shout out.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. Well, so we didn't really talk about Caden. Caden got surrendered. He's a little b-boy.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little bitch boy. I don't know
God,
why I
that was
censored
so
myself. Still love you, Caden, but yeah, you definitely
You gotta
You got
redeem
fucked.
yourself, dude. You gotta bunker me at least like 3 times to make
yeah.
up.
Hatch is kind of literally your father now for a while.
It is what it is, dude. Sometimes you just gotta take care of your own.
Well, it wouldn't be the first. God damn it! I was gonna say something to call him daddy, but I couldn't fully get there. I couldn't make contact with the ball. That was a foul. You know, it didn't quite get out of the
Yeah.
park. It just grazed off the foul
Honestly,
post.
strike.
Nah, I don't think fully a strike. There was a good joke for him in there. It didn't fully get off the plate. I mean, a foul still counts as a strike, so we're both right. Let's jump into Tom Ball, which I feel like I'm gonna have to talk and explain
What
a lot
is
of
this,
this.
dude? What is this? Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
Brandon,
I don't know what
did
it
you
is.
listen to play the game? I know you sometimes do as well.
I did.
Thank fucking
Yeah.
God, I'm not the only one. All right, I have someone to rely on because I was working at the time as well as listening to it, so I may not have picked up on all of it. But I will say, if you guys haven't heard out there in the audience, I got to give them their rightful due. Play the game. They had Tom Cole on. If you want all the information, head over to that episode of their show. You can see the whole interview in depth. It was a good interview. They talked about a lot of things. A lot of things pissed me off and made me yell at my fucking speaker as I was listening to it in the car, which is also a good thing because that means, hey, it's intriguing thought. So Tom Ball, where do we start with Tom Ball? It is similar. It is a 5v5 game of paintball played on inflatable bunkers with rounds that will take place multiple times in a game. I kind of feel like maybe that's where some of the similarities end. It's more of a King of the Hill style game, I would say. Like it's more about holding ground and owning ground. So to describe it fully, the ways that you would score points in this version of paintball that is being proposed is instead of having the buzzer be a stationary 1-point thing, like, hey, we win that point, we get that, we throw it on the board, there's now going to be 2 buzzers. There's going to be 1 buzzer in the middle of the field. Somewhere in the snake is what they said. That could change. I don't fully know where, but somewhere in the middle of the field, some position where you got to attack and try to get to. There's going to be a buzzer where if your team controls that, at the end of the point, then you can secure 3 points. There's also, I know you're a little confused, but hold on, we'll get there. There's also going to be a buzzer still at their base, which will be a touchdown or something like that. This is what he said scoring wise to kind of use as the names. They could totally change. But the touchdown would be 7 points. So instead of just 1 point for getting to their base, you get 7. This is different because instead of playing like a race 2 or a best of type, scoring point situation or like X-ball, like what we have now, it would be, was it 3 periods or 4 quarters? I couldn't remember that. 3 periods?
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 periods of around 3 to 4 minutes, somewhere like that.
I think, yeah. Yep. I think it was like 3 periods of 4 minutes.
That may be where I'm getting confused. Okay, yeah. So 3 periods of 4 minutes where you would, whatever happened at the end of that point, time would be up. So let's say your team, you got in there, you hit the field goal, but you weren't able to fully kill the other guys and it did stalemate at the end. your team would still secure 3 points. The team that has control of whatever that position bunker is, and it's not control of the bunker, like you don't have to have a player there, but they said there would be a buzzer or a flag system or something along these lines where you could like secure and be like, all right, we got here, we've hit this is now controlled by us, they need to come and take it back if they want to secure points. So
interesting.
That's kind of the big overall thought process. I think the field size would be similar. Like I said, same 5v5. I didn't hear anything about like limited paint or different firing rates or any of that stuff. So it sounds like all that is kind of at least thought to be the same for now. The biggest thing is
I don't even know what to think.
The scoring differences is definitely the biggest thing.
For sure.
It definitely hones back to a series Tom ran in the past called UWL, which had a similar situation where to score you had to have a flag system or something in the air, which and this is my problem with it, and I guess I'll go into it right off the bat because it's so well off. That is, I think it'll be a really fun style of paintball to play. I don't think it helps us be a more easy to broadcast sport though. And the main
I was
reason,
just about to say that.
The main reason why I say that is because now you've added like they have to have flag stations and people have to like control them or some type of buzzer system, and it's just kind of adding another element on when people are already confused by, you know, the buzzers, the concedes, stuff like that. I do think concedes are out because it's like more an NPPL style where it's just like 1 point and then you play another point and then you play another point, so it's not like you'll just concede and then get that time back. So I don't know fully what to think. And I guess we won't have to actually wait too long to see. This is the other thing that you don't know, Hatch. There actually is going to be an exhibition tournament at Cup. So Wednesday, the practice day, they're going to have, I think it's like the top 8 teams. They're inviting the top 8 pro teams to try this format out to see, you know, does it work? Is it fun? You know, what's wrong with it? The main reason why the changes are thought and why they were brought on is Tom is, you know, still really trying to sell us to TV. Good, great. No, I don't know. I don't know what to think. If it happens ever, cool. If it actually is some sort of funding or good revenue stream to not only get like the NXL money, but to get like players money to have some sort of bargaining agreement or something like that, that would be dope. But you know, it's just one of those things that's kind of out there until it actually happens. They are going to some Monaco very, you know, prestigious television event, and they are, I mean, they have a booth next to fucking like the NFL, the MLB, the MLS, you know, the Euro Premier League. Like, it is a premier event and it's a great opportunity to showcase the sport. It'll just be interesting to see if anything does come of that, you know. I think it'll be, you know, I'm in the believe it when I see it sort of mindset, because it's like we've had so many years where it's like something's on the way, something's on the way, something's on the way, something's on the way, something's on the way. You know, at what point do we just finally not believe something's on the way? At least this
sounds like they're like putting their feet like down, planting them. You know,
I've always said this about Tom. He has good intentions. Like, he wants the sport to do well. I just don't always agree with his methods. But I'm also in the mind that, yeah, let's watch the top 8 teams play it. If it is dope and it adds excitement, then all right, cool. I'm wrong. You know, maybe it's great. I just, you know, going into it, I don't predict that it will, but at the same time, yeah, I could be 100% wrong.
I can't even imagine what the fuck it's going to look like. Are there going to be the same exact bunkers? Are there going to be,
yeah,
you know?
I think so. I didn't hear any difference about that. I mean, Brandon, maybe you can speak on that.
No, not the only differences was, yeah, the time limit, the periods, as you said, the scoring system. That's really it. He didn't allude to anything else changing, but he also didn't say it's not changing. So I'm just gonna assume that all that's gonna stay the same for now. But listening to it, it's interesting, you know, because him and so many other people have said there's no focal point, but I don't know. There's still, I guess there's a focal point with something in the center, but there's still a buzzer at the end, at the other start gate that That's the same, like, I guess our focal point.
That's the problem.
Right?
Is I feel like they're just overcomplicating it. You know, it's like
little
Ryan
bit.
said, people. It's already complicated as it is. And like whenever I try to get somebody that's never watched paintball before, they're like, "So why did they just randomly get up and walk off the field?" It's
Well,
like, because they conceded, right? Just stuff like that.
And I will say, Tom rightfully hates the concede. He really wants to get rid of it, but he can't without all the pro teams signing off on it because of the the rules and all the way that they do stuff. So it definitely is one of those things that kind of like that would take a big overhaul to get rid of. And I don't think in this new game, that's kind of why like time doesn't matter. Like you have 4 minutes, but you don't get those 4 minutes back if you only use 2. Like, or I guess you don't get 2 minutes back.
So then it'll just go to another 4 minute point.
Yeah. So if you stomp a team, you get a touchdown in 30 seconds, then you just play 30 seconds. You go on to the next point. It's a kind of irrelevant. Or I guess next period, not point. That's a better way to say it. I don't know how I feel about that
because you know me. I love pushing and I love getting fast points. You know, and I feel like
guess the other thing,
the thrill of like being down points, I guess.
So I guess a perfect game now would be 21-0.
Yeah.
Also, does that also only mean only one team can score per possession? Or could you hit a flat, hit the field goal, be protecting the field goal, and then some Connor Kelly or some really fast kid makes a run, gets the touchdown? How would that work out?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of like someone touching it but getting hit right before where like a really bang to where it's like they're gonna be like, they're gonna be like, give it to him.
I guess, or like, is that a dirty hang
the
now?
Middle button. See, but the middle button, he like it's not like a one and done kind of thing. He made a point of like, team A can hit it, and then team B could come back and hit it. They could trade, then team A could re-hit it.
Well,
and
that's what I was
whoever
saying.
has
you could have some, maybe it comes
game.
down to a one-on-one, and some guys just sitting there trying to protect the field goal because that's all they need. But then you have a dude who's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try to attack the box," and maybe doesn't win his fight, but is able to sneak his way up and go hit the buzzer or something like that. Like that does happen every now and then. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see moments like that if they arise.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. With moments like that, that's going to be one of those things where you can't get that off of one single exhibition, right? Because not every player's going to know every
that's
single
the thing.
little
Maybe
rule.
it happens, but that's a good point. We won't know all of the like point cases or examples of if this happens or a major under 20 seconds. What does that do? Or is that fair? Or I see exactly what you're saying, Ash. Sorry.
I feel like we couldn't even see the 1/10 of its potential because we're only seeing it being played in a single day.
True. I think it's better than nothing. Like devil's advocate there. I'm glad they're at least trying it out and having it being kind of a, a public thing. It's at the event. Anyone can go watch stuff, anyone can go check it out. I don't, media probably won't be allowed because Tom hates media. He hates us. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm also biased because I don't fucking watch TV. I don't watch TV, It's hard enough for me to sit down and watch something on like Netflix
other than
or
live,
anything like that.
It's really like I watch live sports, but everything else is like YouTube content or stuff like that.
Right, and I assume that's just with like the younger generation because
I think it is too.
At least a lot of my friends, they don't sit down and watch TV. That may be just because I hang out with a bunch of fucking nerds. But, this, I guess that's a good point. This could be our friend group, and I definitely will say there are people, and I've definitely sat down on a couch to watch a movie every now and then and shit. But like, it's more a rare situation. Yeah, to where it's like with like the younger generation that's obviously older, just like the way life is, out with the old, in with the new kind of thing. Is cable? I want to know how stable is cable? You know what I'm saying? Like how
what the fuck?
How much people actually fucking watch cable anymore? Compared to obviously back in the early 2000s.
So fun fact, I actually know some ratings. So when the late night shows came back on air, their numbers were about 400K to about 600K. So that was their like first week back on, and that was right after the writer's strike let up, and like Jimmy Fallon and all those guys came back. Interesting fact.
Those are live viewers?
Those are live viewers. Interesting, that was like their ratings for the show for that kind of group of late night shows was like 400K to 600K. The Sunday night football game that weekend got 23 million viewers. So there is still people watching TV. but they're watching live sports because that's really the only thing people want to see on TV. And this is also compounded by the writer strike and the actor strike that's been happening. There's no content out. There's no reason to watch NBC or any of that stuff. There's no good content. But like I just said earlier, that's really the only reason I turn on like actually like YouTube TV on that TV is whenever I like, you know, some football game I care about, or, you know, some motorsport I want to watch or something like that.
So, you know, and the TV networks, they some of them have their own streamings, not shows, but like apps or whatever now.
Like,
service. Thank you.
Talking like
net,
like you know, like NBC has
Peacock. Okay, yeah, CBS.
You know,
CBS.
I mean, I signed up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, I signed up for Peacock specifically to watch the Sunday night football games, because we don't have cable.
YouTube TV. It's really good. But they keep raising the fucking price on it, dude.
That's the thing. I used to have it, but
God,
it's pretty expensive.
It's great.
But I mean, I would assume if somehow he gets a deal, Tom gets a deal with it being on TV, it's gonna go into their streaming services as well. Whichever, you know, he talked about ESPN specifically at one point.
Yeah, well, and like that's the thing too. If it goes on ESPN, then cool. They probably will put it on ESPN Plus because I mean they put a lot of their content that isn't like the top tier content that's going on ESPN yet the primetime slot. They'll have it streaming on there as well. Like a lot of their college football games that they don't necessarily broadcast for like a nationwide audience, they'll just throw on ESPN Plus. So yeah, there's definitely probably audiences for it in those places. It'll just be interesting to see if any of them do make an offer. And if they do, does paintball give them the numbers to make them want to continue? Or does it draw in enough numbers from other organic people? Slam ball did. Look, like we can make fun of trampoline basketball all it want. It did. Like it brought in numbers. It got enough people kind of hyped about it that, yeah, I don't know if we'll see a dynasty of it, but it may have another season. Like it did okay with revenue wise.
I think that's because that's like amusing because people are doing like flips and shit. You know?
Yeah. Probably, but it did it. It got on TV in this generation, and you didn't. So like you can't cast stones because that's what worked.
I mean, what I'm mostly talking about is like even like golf, right? I would much rather watch slam ball than golf.
Yeah, but I also
slam ball? So
I mean, I've watched golf in the past, but I will say most of the times I have, it's because I've had money on it. So I get what you're saying there. Like it can be fun to watch, but you need to make it entertaining to watch. You know what I mean?
Exactly, right? You need, like when people are doing flips,
honestly,
you don't
that's
need
why
to make it
sports are
entertaining.
doing so well right now. It's because the Supreme Court legalized sports betting. Because, dude, there's so many sports leagues that were dying, but because of that and because of the revenue they've been able to pull in with doing, you know, brand deals with DraftKings, FanDuel, all of these huge sports gambling websites now, they've made millions. I mean, hell, probably close to $1 billion in revenue just from that. So like that's a side additional thing. And I get why Tom would want to get us involved with that because they have, you know, whoever takes action on us, they have to license it from us if they want to go through an official route. So that is money. That is stuff coming in. It'll just be interesting to see how that works out. And if it does come out in Vegas next year, I'm very excited about it. And I definitely will be betting on it because I'm a degenerate gambler. Patrick Mahomes, I need you to go fucking yard this Thursday. Come on. God damn it.
Let's go, baby. I wish I was more into
3
that.
steps.
Yeah, well, that's more daily fantasy stuff that I got going on as well. But not like prize picks. Fuck that shit.
Let's see. Something that they said that you guys said it as well, that the towel button, or just, you know, someone toweling, conceding the point can be confusing for some viewers. I remember on, you know, PTG they talked about just having something that says that they conceded or something for the audience, for whoever's watching or the spectators there at the field. Yeah, you know, just something that says like, hey,
I mean, we do kind of
happened.
have that though, because so the scoreboard on the NXL side has the little animation that goes off when one of the teams towels.
Towel.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're there, you know what's going on. Like, yeah, you can see it.
I see what you're
know.
saying. Okay.
I know.
You're talking about webcasts a little more.
Just exactly. Yeah. But I mean, that's the only like downside I guess like understand for the towel button. But like conceding, I don't know why that's such a big deal to some. Like, why is that such a negative? Because like football, like it's kind of like punting, isn't it?
It's
aren't
not
they conceding
totally
their
a negative. It's one of those things that adds more complication to the game that I don't think we need fully, because like I get why people have it, but it also gets to the point where it's like that also is a skill gap that you're taking away, because when your two dudes realize that it's them against four and you're, let's say down by a point, they need to realize, oh, this is win lose quick time. Like, we need to save time so we could potentially come back in this game, or we need to go play, do some crazy play that they're not expecting.
Yeah, these guys need to pop off right now.
Yeah. So that does kind of take away that kind of, I don't know what the right word is, that like that level of knowledge in a player. And players could still use that to their advantage like today. But I just mean by the coach being able to be like, nah, this is done. Like, this is over. Just give us a new one. It kind of takes away that like skill set of the players in game a little more.
Yeah, I could see that. But I mean,
from
I don't
a strategy
think
standpoint, it makes perfect
time.
sense, and I get what you're saying. Having that ability to be like, nah, fuck this, give us, just give us some more time with a new point.
I mean, if we didn't have it, wouldn't people just score 1 point and then just sit on the buzzer and just like sit, not do anything? Just win by 1 point forever?
It could, but then you'd have to come dig them out, and it's kind of like those scenarios are true.
Say they win the point and then they win the second point and they're not pushing the buzzer. Everybody's dead and they're just sitting there, like without the towel. Like,
oh, I see what you're saying, but also I think that's different too, because I think if everyone's dead, it's very clear then that okay, that team has won. All those players are eliminated. There's no way they can come back. It's really just the confusion of when you have dudes gunfighting and then all of a sudden, beep beep beep,
they just stand up,
towel, and it's just okay, go back to our pits now, and it's like what? Okay, what just happened? Where I see what you're saying. If it's like something where all your players are eliminated and it's like, I don't know, but then that almost goes to more of a TDM game. I don't know. That's a good question. That poses a good question. I don't necessarily know the answer for it.
Right? Because then, I mean, you just win 2 points and you just never push the buzzer again. You just sit there.
I see what you're saying now, yeah. But at the same time, why couldn't we place in some rule where it's like if the opposing team, if all players are dead, you have within a certain amount of time, like a minute or something that you have to then go push or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess you could still implement like a way that you couldn't abuse that, but you're right. It would change.
I feel like you'd have to make another
right. It would change strategy.
Rule, bro.
Yes, exactly. But it would change strategy completely. So like that's the thing, and I think that's why a lot of people in paintball don't like the thought of that change, because paintball would change dramatically overnight. That's very true if Concede was changed.
Yeah.
I think they need to practice Paintball more over the offseason and have like more exhibition matches between more pro teams.
I would assume they will.
Would. I think if they played it before. Like they have had people play it before. I know they've tested it somewhere. But yeah, really? the World Cup one is kind of the first public release of it and will be like a decent high exhibition. There's no footage of it. Why are you trying to look that up?
Chill.
I saw you instantly went towards your monitor. No, it's just people play like a private thing, just checking it out.
Singer.
Tom Ball is a singer. That's amazing.
Tom Ball is a singer. Oh yeah. God.
So we still have no haunted. I just looked at it because you're blank space, but we have no haunted mask this week yet, Ash.
No, dude, it's now shining on me here now because
so that's the orange glow that's coming in.
No, the orange glow is coming from this side. The white glow is coming from this side. So I'm getting double beamed.
Okay, I can't keep. Yeah, I can't keep up with you kids and your crazy lighting schemes. Brandon's got like 78 different lights going on over there.
He's got the ring light like a goddamn TikToker.
I like how at first when his laptop webcam was all he had, he thought just more light would solve the solution.
Dude, let me just say, your quality has been so good. Your quality's been so good as of late. Like, I feel like you haven't had like the bad quality in like multiple episodes in a row.
Well, no one else uses the Wi-Fi anymore, so he changed the password. He changed the username, and now no one can get into it.
Doors.
Yeah,
lock the doors.
Locked him in the basement, and
stay out.
Yeah, but dude, so what's up? You want to get into those Spotify questions?
I mean, I guess we could do that. There's other shit we can talk about. I thought we had more, but I think we only have the one I was able to pull up. Let me see. I'm stalling because I have to pull it up on my fucking phone. All right. So it's I don't know. We'll see how this question goes. God damn it. So yeah, if you guys are listening on Spotify, you can go head over. There's a little interact button where we ask if you guys have a question for the show, and you can respond with a question for the show. And hey, it will get read on the show, and we'll answer it. Okay, go do it now. Yeah, on the show. And
you can ask anything.
This question came in, and sometimes we get the name, and sometimes we don't. I think I know who answered this one, but I'm gonna leave it anonymous. So this question is to Brando, Stephen Hatch, and Moffat, and he spelled my name completely miserably wrong. But hey, I appreciate it. You're close.
Oh.
Who is the hottest female NXL player or WNXL player in your opinion? This is just straight like slop drama trash, and I love it. I already know mine. I have mine off the rip 100%. I've known mine, and I think I know Brandon's. So it's really gonna be Hatches. That is the spicy one.
Fuck.
So, all right, Brandon, do you want to go first?
I didn't even know there are other. I don't even pay attention to the girls in paintball.
I only pay attention to one, just one.
Okay.
Michelle, of course. Michelle.
Yep.
Mignelle. Yes.
Yeah, his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's the reason that man's wearing a ring.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, no, that one I knew Brandon's answer. She just shows up out of nowhere. What's up?
Who's yours?
This is probably gonna get me in trouble in the future, but Tia Adamson. I'm sorry. She's just very attractive, and she's a dancer, and that was a background of mine for a long time, and respect that. I appreciate that, and yeah. Redhead too. I'm sorry.
I don't even know any girls in the WNXL.
God damn it, Hatch is not gonna have an answer just from ignorance.
I'll back you up, Ryan. Whoever you said. You
okay.
Say?
I said Tia Adamson.
All right, we're going with that one.
Okay, that's Hatch's. All right, perfect. And then we all know Brandon's. It's his lovely boo thing. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate that, Chase. Thanks for asking that question. Ask us better questions next time, maybe. But yeah,
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, you like that one?
Seems like fitting for us. Seems fitting for us.
You like that one because you didn't have an answer. That's why it's okay.
Damn, I can't even think of any paintball girls in my head.
You should have pulled up rosters. You should have pulled up a roster.
Yeah, damn, we really should have.
Start scrolling through PPLI.
we could have looked at their APPA mugshots.
Yeah, because all of our best photos are on there, 100%.
Oh yeah,
yours.
I know
yours
dudes who are like 40
old.
now, and there's like they have like a 9-year-old photo of them still as their APPA. It's like, what the hell?
I think mine almost is a 9-year-old photo. I think mine's an 8-year-old photo.
Yours is pretty young too. Yeah.
Yeah, mine is very young.
I also meant by
God.
9-year-old as in like their age, but that also works.
Oh,
ID photos are crazy.
I was 13. Yeah, mine was a school ID photo that I uploaded to APPA.
How did you not get molested, Ash?
Dude, I mean, I looked good, dude. But that was obviously before I had like, the balance of like the mullet, the mustache, so because
God, you probably look so different. That's actually a very good point. Because yeah, you had none of your facial hair or hair features that we know you by.
Yeah, I looked like a completely different person. I bet there's a lot of people that I probably grew up with in high school that probably wouldn't even recognize me.
He showed us a picture. I think it was like SoCal Alliance that you showed us like a team picture.
Okay. I think I saw that. Yeah.
Like Michelle and I both thought someone else was you, and you're like, no, I'm like completely on the other side. You're like, nope, that's me. We're like, holy shit.
I do remember that. That was when we won the last PSP event, and I was on my friend's back. I was like celebrating.
Yes. We thought you were your friend. And you're like, no, I'm on his back or something like that.
You thought I was the one giving the piggyback ride, but no, I was the kid getting the piggyback ride.
Yeah.
Receiving the piggyback ride.
Completely different.
That is so crazy how time flies. And now I look like he looks exactly the same. That guy in that photo, he looks exactly the same. But now, man, I really grew up in that short amount of time. I guess it's actually a long amount of time.
Yeah, no, that was like half your life at this point. Like
called being a goddamn adult.
Yeah,
Grody.
No, you're no longer a child. None of us are. Life is now a stressful pain that we must endure every day.
But you know what?
Remember when there was
here.
Wonder in the world?
You know,
There was
sometimes
joy
I
and
think that same
childhood
thing
imagination.
whenever I'm not driving and I look out the window, I'm like, dude, I remember that like little kid filter like that I would, put on my when I was a kid, and everything was so vivid and green, everything just looked like
Dude,
the
Okay, I don't know what drugs you were taking as a kid to have vivid green
No.
imagery, but no, I think the biggest thing that stands out to me is places that like I saw when I was really young and like could kind of remember, and then I've now been back to now that I'm older and a lot taller and bigger. The world's a lot smaller than it seemed as a kid. You know what I mean? Like you have to kind of experience it to know what I'm talking about, but there's definitely been moments where it's like, holy crap, like when you're twice the size you are, everything seems a lot smaller.
Here's one of them that's kind of relatable. Like when I was moving stuff in my garage and I found like some of my old like collectible Jurassic Park toys, right? That I used to play with when I was a kid. Dude, like I remember those being like huge in my hands, and now it's like I can hold them up with like my fingers. They're just so small now.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
kind
crazy.
of a good one. It's kind of relatable.
It's relatable because I'm not a fucking giant, so
Well, I'm not a giant either, but I just mean like, even, I don't know, like there's some of my earliest memories when you remember those places, like houses you grew up in and shit. Like, yeah, it was just oh, that's a lot smaller. Like now that you see it again or something like that.
Like I remember going into the bathroom, into the mirror, and then some reason, just like you know your height looking in the mirror. The sink's up here, right? And whatever, yeah. Okay. And then like I remember being on rollerblades and going through the house and standing there in front of the mirror, like holy shit, the sink's all the way down past my waist. It's like, God, it'd be so cool to be this tall. I didn't grow. I didn't grow after that.
Yeah, you never were that tall. See, but what you don't realize,
I will never be that tall.
So what you don't realize, that is true. That is true. No, but what you don't realize, the thing that sucks with counters when you're tall is they're all so far down. Like, dude, when I have to like do dishes or something, I'm like bending in half to be able to like reach it and shit. So that part sucks.
Yeah, it's normal people size.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, I'm normal. Fuck you. You're small. You're short. All right. Welcome to my reality, Brandon. You wouldn't last a day. You don't understand these knee issues, lower back issues, not fitting into anything. Every airplane seat is way too goddamn small. There's a lot of problems that come with it, bro. It's not great.
Hey, man, I'm a pretty skinny guy, so it's kind of hard to find pants, that like fit me well. Because they're either
does your knee have a growth in it from where you grew too much as a kid? It's called Osgood Slaughters. Look it up. It's not fun. It was very painful for many years of my life.
You actually had like a fucking huge knee?
No, not a huge knee, but there's like a bump now where the bone had to grow out because I was growing too fast, and so the tendon that connects over your knee had to like stretch out, and since that's really uncomfortable, the bone started to grow to kind of help relieve that. And yeah, it sucks. Osgood Slaughters, look it up. It's a real thing.
Growing pains. That sounds great.
Yeah, those extra growing pains. Side effects of being tall,
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm not tall. Maybe I just didn't want that to happen. I was like, no thanks.
Early.
Maybe that's why I'm not tall.
No more pain. No more pain.
I was like, yeah,
but that's
good.
I honestly, like, so I'm 6'4". I think the perfect height probably is like 6'1". I think that's a good solid. All right, you're a dude. You're a good height, but God, 6'4" is just, it's too tall in some places. It's mostly airplanes. I hate airplanes. God, it's just so tight, bro. Unless you fly first class, but I fly Southwest and we don't have first class.
Hell no, dude.
I remember the one time in my life I got upgraded because this was when I was flying United a lot because the production company I was working for, that's what they flew. I eventually got enough points that I got upgraded to first class. It was at a flight that was at like 6 a.m. going from like Texas to like LA, and I just slept the whole way. So I didn't really ever get to experience it either. So yeah, that's still on my bucket list of items, is to actually like take advantage of a first class seat.
That was the best sleep you've had on an airplane.
I guess so. Maybe that was the advantage I got, but that was about it.
If they were scooted back like an inch, then to where I could like, to where me personally, I could bend over and like put the tray out and like put my head out. Like that's.
Do you sleep
Oh, I
like
bet
that?
you
It's
God,
just-
that's a short
It's just
person
too
thing.
much.
Short person
You gotta
thing.
like hunch your
I'm trying
back
to go
like a
back,
cat,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it's like
It's funny because I actually
fuck,
do that
dude.
too sometimes, where I kind of like lean forward and like brace on the seat in front of me and just get a little different angle on your back. And
Yeah, sometimes I'll brace, like I'll have my arms crossed and just brace my forehead against the front of it. You know.
That's a good move.
Michelle's short enough that she could do that move. Ooh.
Voice crack. Jesus Christ.
She could do that move, just lay on the table right in front of her, and yeah, I'm jealous of her of that.
That is the cheat code to traveling with a significant other, is you can just take their seat space, and it's not as awkward as like taking some random stranger's seat space, you know? And it's kind of like, yeah, sorry.
I'm not that big of a guy, but my leg's going over there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Deal with it. You love me. You're here. Like,
Brando's got some thick thighs, so for sure.
because of the implication, you can't leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Damn,
sunny
dude, could you
reference.
imagine? Could you imagine you're just like,
Sometimes
I'm just gonna jump off the plane. Then you just like open the door.
People have tried. They usually get detained.
That's fucking crazy.
Hatch would be the guy who does that with the air marshal on board. It's like the first ever
Whoa.
onboard shooting is like Hatch just trying to play a joke or something.
Nah, dude. Someone does that. The first thing for me, I'll be like, "Holy fucking shit, dude! Oh, yeah, holy shit!"
Gotta get the content, bro. You gotta send that to us.
Yeah.
Your last,
I'll be like,
as
they're never
you're
gonna
coming
believe
into
this.
cell service on your guys' way down, upload that to Drive. So that upload starts, and then we're good. You know, everything else you do
Yep.
is fine.
So, in the name of content, dude, we find what we must.
For sure, man. Another kind of little part of content we can talk about. Did you guys see HK's new product?
The little switch that goes in the bolt or whatever.
Yeah,
For the,
a little
for the mechanicals that makes it fully auto.
flippy flip switch. A little the ATF would say not a fun switch.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
no,
it's like
I haven't seen this.
For like you can put it in like an EMAC or an ETHA,
Yeah,
and
so
it'll
you should
make
go
it
look it up.
fully
It's for
auto, like
mechanical guns.
7 to 10 balls.
But it just helps with the cycle rate, makes them mechanical, so that way I don't know, it becomes a blowback system. Pistons, I don't know, fucking other ballistic physics shit that I don't
you can
know.
fully auto an EMAC like 7 to 10 balls per second.
Yeah, so this is gonna be at every ICPL event now.
Oh, great.
It's legal, ref. I swear.
Yay. Yeah. Oh, look, one finger in the trigger.
No,
Yeah,
but you just gotta
right.
pretend to walk it.
Oh,
It's like-
this. Yeah, but you're not supposed to walk it.
So the thing is, from a rec ball standpoint, like for me growing up in a small town, like my local paintball field, which isn't the thing anymore, we weren't allowed to use like full auto. Right? People, like,
don't
you
think
weren't
I-
even allowed to use ramp. It
I mean,
was like unless
ramping-
you were a tournament player playing against other tournament players.
I think at shooters, that was the first field I went to. I think you could use ramping, but it was kind of a like lawless wasteland. So it was like, do your own thing. What was that look, Brandon?
So I
Disgusting.
saw the video.
Yeah, if you weren't watching the video,
just holding
episode,
down
you
the trigger. I
should,
was
'cause
like,
God damn
ugh.
it, Brandon mean mugged us there. Ooh.
I'm-
But you don't like it? You
sorry,
do like
that's-
it? You hate it? You love it?
Nah, I don't.
You wanna
I don't
murder
like
it?
that.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Explain. Use more than 5 words. We have a 2-hour podcast.
I want to get a
No,
mechanical.
no.
I want to get a mechanical and fucking.
Well, yeah. You get a mechanical. Yeah. You make sure every pull's that shot. You know. Not like a whole damn. That's what electronics for, ain't it?
Very valid point.
You know what,
That's
Brandon?
like-
I think you've talked enough. Why don't you shut up now? We're
No,
gonna bring
that's
that
you're
back.
right.
Yeah.
I think it's easy mode.
He hit
Dude,
his
you know,
quota.
holding down the trigger. That's like easy mode.
Well,
But
yeah, this
it's-
is for all the HK goobers who play rec and don't really care. And I guarantee you, Fields will probably make some rental gun package where it's like an upgraded thing where you could go full auto
I didn't
or
even
something
think
like
of that.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even think
Now
of that.
for $10, their
Dude,
EMAC is
can I
way
get a
more
machine
valuable.
gun?
And then also those rental
Yes, you
people have to
can
buy
now.
more paint now because they're shooting more paint. Yeah, that'll probably happen. 100%. I can see that.
Damn.
That's business
You
mind.
know,
Come on, mogul moves.
if I
Make
was
some
given
money,
this,
kids.
if I was given this, I'd play with it. But
You do it. You do it.
you know,
Is that-
I'd
dude,
do
can you
it.
still shoot it
by
faster?
HK.
Semi-auto? Can you still shoot it faster semi-auto?
I don't know.
That's a good point because it
Um,
may restrict the gas on it.
Is it
But
like
I'm not fully sure.
if I'm trying to hit the fucking wanger banger, is it gonna like
Is
double
it just a
stop and,
different
like-
valve?
I think so.
Yeah.
Just gotta drop
well,
that
Trap
in.
air on both sides if you're fucking if you're shooting it too fast.
You know, you're asking too many questions for
Yeah, just
someone
like
who watched the
Tomball,
video
we don't
without
know the
sound.
answers to this.
It is what it is, dude.
I have no idea.
I mean,
No, Brandon,
shoots
you're the
both
resident
semi-auto
expert.
and
I
full
need
auto.
you. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. So it depends on how long you hold the trigger down.
damn.
Okay.
Wait.
Thank you.
Like the BPS, or how so do you mean with
No,
that?
so I guess the full auto kicks in if you hold the trigger down for say like a full second, rather than like you pulling the trigger.
Oh, so you turn it on, you turn it off, you turn it back on, you go up 2 times, and then you hold the trigger in, and then on the breakout you have full auto. We're just bringing back cheater boards.
The magnet in
Left,
the
right,
glove.
left, right,
The
up, down.
magnet in the glove.
No, the ring, bro. It's the ring strat all day. Ring strat all day.
Oh, okay.
But it does only say 7 to 10 balls a second. But I have shot faster. I've gotten up to 13 balls a second with my mech.
You would survive in NPPL.
I feel like I could get way more than 13 on that thing, dude.
Oh, I've seen my dad's done like 15 or 16. I mean, I could only get up to 13.
like over a chrono, actually.
Yeah, and that's just with one finger. And you've seen Ty.
Yeah, that's dude,
using 2
Tyler,
fingers.
I swear to
He's
God,
cheating,
he has
dude.
an electronic gun. Like, half of our audience will not know what we're talking about, but freaking Tyler Pantaleo, he plays on Impact. He's, kind of a big deal. Played on DMG last year. But dude, his EMAC is so fucking lightly and like finely tuned that I've seen refs look at it like it's electronic. Like, he was like, okay, one ball, and then he gets on it, and they're like, what the fuck? Like, it's just ridiculous how well he has that thing tuned up. It's a testament to what the EMAC could do, really.
For sure.
I agree, and I think ever since the EMAC came out, dude, that's like the perfect rental
It's just
gun.
a
Not even gonna lie.
solid little paintball gun.
It's a tank. It's the new Titman 98, but like obviously
100%.
10
Oh,
times better.
100%. Yeah,
10
100%.
times better.
It actually
like-
has an ASA.
This might sound bad, sound like I'm throwing shade towards like other fields, but it's like I feel like if you don't use those as rentals, dude, the Titman 98 experience, dude, that shit is what makes you not want to come back.
100%. And you've seen Capital Edge even gone through that, like since the time that like I've been out there
For sure.
from COVID on, and it just makes more sense. Every rental field should definitely be bringing those in. And like we even said with the HK part, now they can make it so you have an even more valuable EMEC that's you can rent for $50 a day instead of $30 a day. Like type of shit like that. Like people will probably do that when they come out to your field for the first time for their birthdays or shit like that. We're giving away free business tips. Make money with the From the Sidelines podcast. Sorry.
Dude, you
took
make
me over. The spirit
you
took my
make a
soul.
machine gun. You call it the machine gun paintball gun, dude.
Machine
The
gun.
noobs will
Or
come.
bro,
Machine gun.
that's your birthday package. All right, I'm giving you guys literally a business plan right here. Birthday package. You add in 3 cases of paint. That's not going to be enough. They're going to need more. You add in 1 machine gun for the birthday boy. You add in 8 markers and mass rentals for everyone else. Boom. They are going to shoot at least I don't know. They're going to shoot those cases in three games. Parents aren't going to be happy with that. They're going to want to play more. So their little kids are going to beg them for more paint. They're going to buy more paint. Little Timmy's going to shoot a fuck
They're
ton
gonna feel like
because
shit if they don't.
he's the birthday boy. Yeah. So this works out. Business plan. There you go. Boom. Bada bing. Someone give me
That was a
funding
great
so we
one.
can open a field.
Trademark.
Trademark. Verbal trademark.
Yeah, patent pending.
I
Petting.
wonder if the field,
The gardeners will get them on it.
That's like an hour away from me. I wonder if that one's for sale. Because I don't know how they run that shit, but I wonder if that one's for sale. I don't know.
The
That'd be
field?
crazy if Hatch opens his own field up.
That'll never happen. That'll never happen.
Hard cut.
What?
Dun, 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 dun,
No,
dun, dun.
that'll never happen.
That would be really funny. No, I believe you. I couldn't see you in a position of like ownership like that. That just seems like a lot of
Nah, dude.
yeah, a lot.
I like being the stabber, not the guy behind the counter. You know,
Not the guy getting financially stabbed over every transaction.
Yeah, I'm the guy that's going out with the EMEC with the fully auto.
I thought you
That's
were
me.
against it. No, sorry, that was Brandon. I guess you guys
Really?
confused there. But
I
okay,
mean,
so that's kind of
I'm
that's
against.
where we're
it's not like
standing.
I'm against it, but I'm just curious because I do know some fields do not.
You want
allow,
to check
like,
it
full
out,
auto
kind of. That's what
ramping.
you're
I
curious
do want
about
to check
it.
it out.
All right.
I am curious about it. And
I mean, if we get one, we should definitely do a video, like a short on it or something. Do a little video about it.
Oh, that would be good. That would be good.
Maybe like find one of the kids of the field and just like pull out of them for a second and see like a BPS test, and then they tell us like how many times they got hit, and we'll like time it for like 1 second, and then we could see like, was it 5, was it 7, was it 6? You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny.
Let's see how
one of the questions that's in my thing, because I put like a question up. Ask
you had questions too, and you didn't even tell us. God, you left me hanging, Hatch.
Yeah. Okay, so I got one where it's like, who's your favorite DMG Kids player? Right.
Oh, I told us about
that. And Brando, what's that kid's name? You know who I'm talking about. Oh fuck, dude. I don't know any other names.
There's so many of them.
He shoots an LV.
Who shoots an LV?
He's super short. I don't even know his goddamn name.
It's funny because I agree with that. I know more by equipment than actual like names at this point.
So do you know who I'm talking about though?
Kind of, I think.
Ah, shit.
Shoots an LV.
Did you just say what's an LV?
No, he did it. I did it. Yeah, I heard that correctly, Brandon.
Oh. Okay, thank God.
There'll be no slander here from my Brando. He doesn't say many words and gets them correct when he says them.
I don't know what kid that is, but anyway, that was that question. So, whatever kid shoots an LV.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have one. They're all great. They're all goobers. I'm glad they're out the field. Keep playing paintball, kids.
Love to see it. But ready for this? This is a good one. And so, what is your advice for divisional players going D3 and up who want to move up and play?
This is all you.
That's a great question. So, Brando, what would you say is the thing that makes the thresholds different from D3 compared to the upper divisions? Like, what would you say is the thing that they can do that makes them better?
Money.
Well, that helps. Yeah. But starting at D3, so hold on, let me get this. They're going to D3 and just they're entering the higher divisions, correct?
I think what he's saying is he's in D3 and he's trying to get into that next level.
What I will say, when I entered D3 with you guys last year, it was the overall communication across the board was so much was more in tune. Everyone had a lot more information across the field, and hold on, let me think. And then along with like all their calls, the teams I played with didn't have as many calls as we're using now or even last year.
Just another complicated, probably.
Yeah, complicated, but it was another layer. Yeah, it painted the picture more.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and I mean that's something big to really putting the pieces together in your head, if you can, and being able to communicate well with your players and the right stuff, not just clogging up the airways, not just yelling to yell.
My mayor.
There's that.
My mayor. My mirror.
I hate when people say my mirror. When someone says my mirror, it's like, bro, I don't know where you are. Worry about the other team, not you.
I think that was the first thing I noticed. And then, oh man,
obviously you've grinded this for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the individual skill sets. Not being conditioned enough, being able to play every point.
Yeah, if you can't play every point, bro.
Winning one-on-ones. That's another thing Brandon's had to learn.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, shout out to Brando. He won his big one-on-one the last event.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Hell yeah.
He didn't have to get a train ran on him in practice.
Oh, thank God.
It's happened before.
No more.
He did okay though. He did okay. I think the score was what, 4-3?
4-4.
3. 4-4.
Okay, that's good. 7 back-to-back 1v1s. That's fair.
Yeah, but that's big. Just, of course, your individual skill set, but I think that goes with any division. You're gonna get better, playing a lot more, and then fine tuning those skills. Man, I think that just the communication, because that involves the teamwork, and it's just the teamwork is so much better, and it's so much more important
not
as
to
you
be
go
corny,
up.
but the teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, and when you were talking about like painting the picture, so this is kind of what it reminds me of. Like when I was playing lower divisions, it's like when your teammates are communicating, they're just fucking yelling. It's like they're painting a picture with stick figures, right? And then now when you get that complex level, we have all of these codes, right? Basically saying
shading going
this guy's here, he's looking this way.
They've
right?
got a
I'm
sun,
looking this
like
way,
light
right?
is coming in.
Exactly. At this point, it's like the fucking Catholic. It's like the Catholic cathedral, bro, in Rome or whatever. You know, where it's like everything's painted perfectly for you. You know, every little
Victorian
detail.
Or I can't think of the name of the ceiling. The Vatican ceiling. Vatican. Yep. I was close.
So, and so this is another one big for me. Is a lot of people are straight up fucking lazy. They will not take time to scout the other teams. They will not take time to walk the field. They're just straight up lazy. And when you have that advantage of just walking the field and you know a shot and they don't, dude, you're already in the driver's seat.
I mean, I was gonna make a joke there and be like, nah, you don't need to do that. But the honest truth is, especially with today's fields and especially the higher up in divisions you go, the more teams understand how to utilize bounce shots. If you don't understand a layout down to as well as the team you're playing against, they're just gonna beat you, just because the way these fields are set up. There's so many little things that teams can take advantage of if you don't know about them. And so if you don't know about them, you're already shooting yourself in the foot.
Straight up. And that's what I think is the biggest disconnect.
Another big one I think you guys haven't said, and this is more of a team management type one, but I see it all the times with lower divisions, and other people have preached it, but it's so true. Take care of your paint, guys. Like,
straight up, that's a great point, Ryan. That's a great point.
Fucking cooler. It's worth it. Spend $70 at the event, pool together 7 dudes with $10, and then return it at the end so you get your money back.
You don't even have to spend the money.
Exactly. But like, that's just get a cooler, take care of your paint, because oh my god, the amount of times I can tell when your team doesn't have good paint, because when you hit me, it bounces as well, and I fucking feel that shit. So if anything, save me, take care of your paint. It'll break and it won't hurt as much.
Straight up, dude.
That's
paint management.
That's something I learned.
Especially
that's something you guys taught.
DMG has always been big about that. I will say that's like, even the camp, they've always been really big about having everyone understanding, like, this is important. This is not something you just, oh, we'll be okay. No. You spend time and make sure this happens. Right?
To where it's like, if it's like you're playing in the later afternoon, it's hot as shit, right? Obviously put the paint on ice, right? Put the paint in pods, right? Put the pods on ice, stuff like that, right? If it's like a super brittle morning, right? Where paint is incredibly brittle, but it's cold, right? Sometimes what we'll do is we'll literally put the paint on the table and let it like sit in the sun because we know it's too brittle.
Yeah, you'll just be chopping in your guns.
Maybe I'm just revealing a little bit too many of our secrets, but
no, because I don't even think that's like secrets to you guys. That's just paint management type tips. If you have to understand that it's a gelatin ball, so if it gets hot, that gelatin's going to become more bouncy. But if it's like a really brittle shell, like you were saying, and you're having problems with chopping and all that stuff, maybe you want a little bit more of a kind of resilient shell. So it's understanding what the paint you have is, and also how do you take care of it. Does it need to be chilled? Does it need to be maybe warmed up a little bit, kind of like what you guys are saying?
Right. And so there's another thing where it's like, dude, so I mean,
for the most part, honestly, just keep it in the fucking shade. Oh my god, if you leave a paint,
and if you have no shade, paint, put a blanket over it.
Yeah, if you leave a case of I can't say this, a case of paint directly in the sun, you're fucking ruining it. You're absolutely ruining it.
I agree.
Case, just throw that case away. It's not worth using it anymore, especially at a tournament.
Unless you're deliberately trying to warm it up,
but
unless you're deliberately trying to warm it up because it's too brittle, dude, you are messing the paint up.
I'm talking like middle of the day, if it gets left out in a pit while you're just kind of worrying about something else for 30 minutes, that case is done. Or, use it to bring back and shoot as practice paint.
Yeah, so I would agree. But like, that's another thing, is like taking it more serious. A lot of people don't take it very serious when they're in the lower divisions, and that's where you see a lot of teams fall apart, is because there are maybe 1 or 2 individuals of like a local team that want to get better, that obviously want to excel their game. And it's not like a team is holding them back, but it's like they want more. They want to get better.
So it's funny, I don't even think you're trying to segue into this, but it's a perfect segue into Oni and what happened at Bunker Fest this last week. Shout out our boys, Austin Oni, Lázaro Lopez, their coach. You guys should have won that match. I know some of you guys listen to the show, so I'm kind of talking directly to you, but you guys were up 4-2 in an overtime point with over a minute on the board. That alone says it all. You guys should have won that match. It for people who didn't watch it, it ended up stalemating, so they went to 1v1s. I will say, ref made a horrible call by calling a player out. I mean,
but it never happened at CEPL.
Yeah,
Absolutely
he came
right.
off the box definitely like
quick,
early, like it was close. Dude, like,
he's timing it. You know how people do it, where it's like they hear the each beat.
Yeah, he's kind of
each beat. Yeah, right?
And pros do that all the time. You'll hear one dude on the box usually always says 5, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then go time. But so to explain what happened to people, because I keep saying I will and I don't. They go to overtime points, sudden 1v1 sudden death. Guys tagged up on the box, waiting for the horn to go. He comes up, just, I mean, the horn is going.
It looked like he timed it perfectly. He timed it perfectly.
But I will say, it is one of those things where it was like close enough that it was like it almost looked early. Does that make sense? Like it was right on the line.
I want to watch the clip
gave
again,
the ref a chance to make a call, and I think the ref made a wrong call. This is D5, semifinals. Let them have a 1v1. Like, it wasn't a huge advantage that he was gaining by coming off 100th of a second early. Like, he didn't leave 10 seconds early or obviously start making a couple steps downfield. So yeah, that was shitty. So they ended up losing in the semifinals. They still took, I think, 3rd overall in the series for Bunkerfest. So that's pretty good. That's a not half bad tournament series to
still podium.
Participate in. Yeah, so good job on the series overall. They never made it to semis, so that was their first semi. So that's good. That's another kind of step up on the ladder. So yeah, good event for those boys down there. We love you guys. We always, hope you guys do good.
They made it to the semis before we did.
God damn it, I was yelling at my fucking monitor watching you guys lose a 4v2 point. That one hurt my heart because it should have never come to the 1v1s. You guys should have won it there. If you see a team that is up that many bodies and with time and they can't put it together, it's definitely kind of sad. And that goes to that teamwork that you guys were talking about earlier. Figuring out like, okay, we've been yelling hardcore for 5 minutes. We see that, time's ticking down. Maybe it's time. Hatch, get upfield. What's stopping you? Is it like, where are these guys? Can we figure it out? Like, start to send that guy.
In my mind, I'm like, all right, exactly. It's like, all right, time to send that guy. And usually it's like, it's either Brando or me. Usually I get wide, and Brando breaks the seam to the middle, trades, and then I react off of that.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, best case scenario, that guy gets too clean. Worst case scenario, maybe he gets more intel. Middle case scenario, he trades out. And all of those situations, you're still kind of winning because you have 4 bodies to their 2. You have more guns that can shoot paint bullets.
Dude, like every body you lose is 20% of your firepower. Matty Marshall said that. And it's literally the most truest thing ever when it comes to survivability.
That was a dope quote to pull out of nowhere.
You've had that one.
You've had that one chilling for a while. I could tell.
Well, dude, I would literally say it to one of the DMG D3 guys, and I was telling him, I was like, dude, you're worth so much more alive than they are dead. Just being alive and having that pressure.
Survivability is it's so underrated to new paintball players. Like the amount of D5 teams I see at Seeple who lose 3 guys off a break. It's like, what is happening? Like, and it wasn't even good shooting. It was just guys trying to take super risky high moves, or maybe they do trade out, but it's still like, okay, well, now it's a 3v3. We still are kind of an even game. Like, that didn't really help us at all.
And the thing is, for me, what comes to being different is I was on the phone with Marv for about an hour the other day about this, saying how I think the way the game is evolving now is that it's not the most aggressive team that wins. It's the team that's the most proactive. Right. And what I mean by that is like survivability can mean you're just sitting there and just fucking camping your ass off, not doing shit. Right. But what we're talking about is being like your survivability is being proactive. Right. If you're that lone body on the Dorito side, you are the guy holding that side. Right. You're doing a job.
I was going to say, so let's break down like on this last layout. The Chicago layout, let's say you get, I was going to say the code, you get it so that way, the snake side's dead. There's no more players on that snake side. You're trying to close out. Maybe there's a home, but, it's mostly Dorito side guys. Even if you're Snake Guy, even if he doesn't make a crazy run and get to the corner or do some crazy shit, if he gets to that Snake 1 and shoots paint there, those guys are shitting their fucking bricks because they know now that their sides, they have no more time. Like, time is over.
They have to kill that guy.
And so that's now they're fucking worried about Caden. Well, now Hatch has a little bit of pressure lightened up on him, and he could move to a better position where he can maybe, you know, get a pack, get a clip, you know, something like that. Like, it opens up more positions, not even necessarily from being aggressive by Caden going and just running down the Snake and trying to go get everyone, but just being there.
His presence there.
Yeah, just
his presence.
Being alive and still there is scary. Because it's like, what the fuck? Like, there's dude there, he's going to come out at some point.
A good player, exactly. A good player, it's like, dude, as soon as you sleep on that guy, boom, he comes up and just destroys you. Right?
Or maybe doesn't destroy you, but then maybe he can make that move to where he gets the god, and now you're playing with no more time.
Now you even have less space.
Yeah,
and you're less space.
And that dude essentially is, you know, he's gonna make a run through at that point and probably get 1 or 2. But,
yeah, like in those situations, in my mind, I'm like, all right, ride or die, go bunker their guy, and hopefully you flip the field.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's what in the down body point there, you have to do that. That's definitely one of those moments. It's like you have to make a big move because either little moves aren't going to work because there's just numbers, but it's also like you need to shock the other team. You need to surprise the other team. They need to be like, oh, it's only 2 guys in the Doritos. Wait, there's a dude in the Snake corner. Oh, okay, I'm walking off the field now. What the fuck? How did he get out there? Like, you know, it has to be such a violent,
then you shoot the
move.
Next Snake guy crawling down the wire because he doesn't even see you, right? It's like little things like that.
No, for sure.
I love talking about paintball.
There's a lot that goes into the higher divisions and the higher tiers and the little things that kind of get picked up along the way.
Drink water. That's another big one. A lot of people don't drink water. That's the one.
Make sure you drink Liquid IV with code Mafia_Moffitt. Save yourself 20% at checkout.
I agree. I think that's a great time for an ad reel, honestly.
Yeah, I mean we can do one of those. I've been chilling on the mid rolls. We lost our Spotify deal, unfortunately. We need more people to listen on Spotify. We have a good amount of listeners, but Spotify wants Spotify listeners. It's a whole thing. Hey, if you're out there, rate the show. Whatever channel you're on, rate the show. That's going to help us out because that'll get more people to see it. So that would definitely help us. We can talk about our sponsors a little bit. And I was just mentioning Liquid IV there, so I guess we'll start with them. Liquid IV, it's a great hydration product. Like Hatch was saying, obviously drink water at events too, but throw one of these in there in the mix. It's definitely going to give you all the electrolytes and kind of some of the micronutrients you need to kind of stay at that top performance. We've mentioned it before, but if you haven't heard it, it's got 3 times the electrolytes. It's got a whole bunch of vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. Sugar-free flavors are now available. I got all 3 of those listed back there. If you can't see them, it's white peach, lemon lime, and their white grape or Concord grape, I think it's called. But they also have all the original flavors as well. Lemon lime, guava, watermelon, passion fruit, strawberry, pina colada, acai berry, golden cherry. There it is. I knew you'd do something. That's Brandon's favorite, definitely. But yeah, guys, so head over liquidiv.com. Use promo code Mafia_Moffitt. Nice and simple. It's going to get you 20% off and free shipping. They do have it in Costco, Target, other places like that, and you can definitely go check it out there, but you're not going to get 20% off. If you look at a clerk and yell Mafia_Moffitt, they're probably going to ask you to leave the store. So I don't recommend doing that. I recommend instead going to liquidiv.com, using code MafiaProductions, get yourself 20% off. And then we talked about it earlier in the show. It was just out of reach, but yeah, I took mine out a little bit ago because the flavor had gone away, but it did good. I mean, it made it about an hour into the show. NECTR Energy, little awesome little lip boomers, little pouches that you can throw in. If you're familiar with any kind of pouch tobacco products or anything along that line, it's going to look similar. The big difference though is there is no nicotine, there is no tobacco in this, so not like synthetic nicotine or anything like that. It's not like Zyn. It is made in Sweden, which is actually pretty cool. It's similar places that make snus and stuff of that type, but the ingredients in this are neurotropics and caffeine, so it still gives you that kind of boost of energy and maybe that little kind of that similar lip feeling, but it's, you know, not, it's a healthier product for you. It's going to be definitely a better way to do that. It doesn't come with some of the kind of secondary effects of some of those products. They've got their 2 great flavors, fresh mint, iced mango. I had the mango in earlier. I love that one. Mint's also really good too. It's a strong kick. It's a nice burn. Like if you're a wintergreen type guy, like, you know, some grizzly cut or some shit like that, yeah, the mint's where it's at. That's going to be the one that's kicking you. It's good.
My favorite.
that makes sense. Look at this man's face. He would be the dude who likes a nice strong kick. You would chew Copenhagen straight if you chewed, I feel like. Just long cut, just pack and
don't even know what that means. Oh yeah.
The fact that I feel like I'm more redneck than Hash
right?
is crazy. Yeah, no, you got to pack it together because then you
right?
get it, and then you can grab a bit, and then you can pinch and then throw some in. But yeah, that was a past life. But NECTR Energy, we're not going to talk about tobacco anymore. NECTR Energy, head over to their website, nectr.energy. You can get more information over there. Use promo code MafiaProductions, all one word on that one. Mafia Productions, one word. It's on my shirt. Just use what the shirt says. But yeah, go check it out. Let them know that you pick some up from us. Let us know on Instagram or any of those things. We always appreciate when we see you guys kind of showing off the products that you picked up. So yeah, thank you to Liquid IV. Thank you to NECTR. We appreciate you guys. The other thing we talk about is merch. The Mafia Production shirt, from the Sidelines one. We're always kind of showing these off. We do have another piece of merch in the works that's coming out for World Cup, so be on the lookout for that. Very excited for that. Working with Michael from XXV on that. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Head over to XXV, the label. You can get more information about the other 2 shirts that we have up over there, as well as it's always just linked in the description, all that good shit. I said it before, but really rate, that helps. So leave a rating, go on Spotify, leave 5 stars, go on Apple Podcasts, leave 5 stars, do whatever you gotta do, but help us drop a rating. Definitely helps out. All right, did I make you happy? Patch, did I give the ad read?
Dude, you ready? I'll make you happy. I got a topic. You ready for this?
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna go to Cali real quick first because we haven't got an update on the donut of shame yet. Oh shit, yeah. I thought that'd be a real quick one to bring us back in. There she is.
Donut. Callie, come here.
Dun 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 dun.
Come here, Callie.
I don't know why I went to that theme song, but yeah. So our resident dog of the show is
donut on her head.
Donut of shame. She had to go to the vet or something. Dude. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, she
basically, dude, we took her to the beach, and obviously that was a pretty
the beach
cool thing. And let's go get away. And
the smile on Brandon it made it for me.
So yeah, we got her to the beach, and dude, she came back, and now she has like this I think it was like a fucking bite or something from like a bug that was at the beach, and now she was like chewing the fuck out of it. And now she has like a little,
it was like irritating her,
little hot spot. So I just got it checked out and everything like that. So
dude, that's funny. My brother's golden actually had a similar thing, except his was on his face, and he was freaking going to town on that thing.
Sicko mode.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, like half of his face was like kind of not there anymore.
Fucked up for a second. Damn.
Yeah, it's growing back, but yeah, dude, dogs—they're their own worst enemy, man.
Yeah, fucker cost me a bunch of money, but you know what? It's not like I'm not gonna pay it.
Yeah, you're gonna keep him alive.
Of course, dude. God damn.
Well, love these little fucks. Oh yeah, rest in peace. We talked to Cedar a little bit earlier. He seemed to be in good spirits, so that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
He misses his girl though.
I miss you, Cedar.
Mm-hmm. But, we're talking about Nelly. We're talking about a dog that has died. In case you didn't hear the last show, that doesn't exist because we don't talk about it.
61.5.
Not 62.
Go check that one out. But
what's this topic you keep wanting to bring up?
Okay, I remember. I don't know if you guys remember me putting in our group chat maybe a week ago, but the Vulcan cash drop. Like, what the fuck is that?
Oh,
yeah, we didn't bring that up on the last episode.
Dude, like, what
is
this money that they are talking about, right? Like, and I got asked a question about that in my.
Do you have the numbers close?
I do.
Do you have them screenshotted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll post them in the Discord right now.
Because I don't remember them off the top of my head. It's been a couple weeks now. But yeah, no, Vulcan kind of coming out of nowhere and saying, hey, we're going to drop big boy sums of money. I'll believe it when I see it. It's one of those type of things. Because like anything in paintball, I've come to the point where I don't really believe anything anyone says. It's a very bad sport for having like good word of mouth, type trust. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting for the sport if they do, for sure, because they were sounding like giving some money to even, some like semi-pro teams, giving them a decent amount of funding and like, ways they could actually like cover a season and like not have to worry about all the little things as much.
Yeah, I'm posting it in our chat right now as we speak. Give me 5 seconds.
I do like how they make the big offers for the pro teams that will never leave their contracts already.
Wrong one. I'll put it in the Discord.
Which one? Where are you sending this? Oh, you're sending. Oh, I got.
I put it in there. I should put it in our Instagram.
Yeah,
Instagram.
Put it into the chat with the lovely bump image that we use that Brandon loves. It's his favorite image.
Yes. One of my favorite images as well. So that's
one of those jokes no one will ever get, and I'm sorry, people, but if you ever saw it, you'd get the joke.
Let me know what you guys think about that one.
Let's pull up some of these numbers.
Look at that.
So, like, this is what I find funny. Dynasty, you can get 150K.
Those are big numbers.
Yeah, Dynasty's not taking that deal, though. Dynasty's not taking that deal. They already have their JT deal. They already have their GI deal. They already have their Field 1, the forces that they shoot. They're good.
This is with no gear requirements.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's just I think just shooting their paint.
Exactly.
But they already have Dynasty literally has their own paintball. So like I don't see them leaving their contracts, but if it's just paint, then I could see some of these other teams maybe wanting to step away.
Is it paint?
But the problem is too is these HK teams can't shoot a non-HK paint. Like they're not going to let.
Okay, what does that mean
maybe
when it says
like die
committed?
Teams? Well, that's already their
Columbus
teams.
level, Saints.
LVL already is a Vulcan team. And I'm pretty sure Saints is as well. So they're already they're already signed by them.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean some of the names, the offers like here, I'll give you the first 5. Dynasty they offered 150K, Tampa Bay Damage 140K, Houston Heat 130K, San Antonio X Factor 120K, New York Extreme 110K, and then it goes down by about 100,000 or 10,000 like sums from there. All the way down to the Ironman getting offered $10,000. Which I find very funny because that's kind of an insulting deal. That
was another question. That was in the same question they were asking about that. They're like, "Yo,
but it's all based off rank."
Iron Man almost being last. I know.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that after. But
and then I mean, here I guess let's see how much do they offer you guys? You guys
offered us
14 grand. So maybe
baby.
Take that in. Take that. Shoot some good paint. You guys are also because you're 20th, you're last on the like cutoff. Everyone below you is $5,000.
Yeah.
So you guys could really, make like $100 an event each.
Hey, I remember when people were shitting on us for being the 20th. What's up now, baby?
What's up now? We get 14K. So like, what did they offer? Like, what did they offer the top semi-pro teams? Fit was 50K, Blast Camp 48, Newbies 45, Nasty 42.
Like $2,000 between first and second. It's not even that big of a difference.
Well, it's sponsorship money. It's not necessarily like you're winning an event type money. Like sponsorship because they want teams that are going to be towards the top to be using their products, and then more people. It's the win on Sunday, sell on Monday thing that came from motorsports, where if someone sees your car winning in some race, then maybe they're going to want to show up at your dealership and go buy one.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so like the other thing I was going to shout out Sea Dogs. They're in 6th place. Hell yeah, let's go Canada. Shout out 5-pack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see if any of that money comes through.
Where the fuck is this money? Yeah, where is it coming from? That's that's
the part I don't fully know.
I think. All right. So, how much do I want to say?
Break your NDNA.
Yo,
break your
Brando.
Fuck, I can't talk anymore tonight. Your NDAs. There you go.
From what I've heard or seen, is I like. A couple months before this was posted, I think they factor in like if you win the event or like how much your paint would cost for that event, and that's factored into the prize money or whatever their offer is.
So there's like $3,000 of that is paint that you're getting.
It's covered. Like all. Yeah. Well, you win the event, like all your paint's covered. Second place is half
I guess
covered
I'm confused.
or whatnot.
So are you saying then these teams are just for, or these sums are just for, like
placing maybe?
Yeah, like that's what confuses me because to me, I read this as like a sponsorship type offer. Like you use our products, whatever thing that we agree with you on, we'll give you this sum of money to use through the season, and maybe that's even 2K of that is towards paint, so you don't have to pay for paint now the whole year.
Maybe that'll bring out more competition for like, maybe they'll be like, oh, damn, you have a chance to win money in semi-pro. Dude, now I feel like there's going to see more people trying to make that jump to where obviously it's like
not really.
even if the 20th place semi-pro team is being offered 14.
But this also but again, I think you're getting confused. You're making it sound like a winning type thing. Like you get this bonus if you win or something like that. Like
no, like this, like it seems like for right, like what Brando said, for funding a season or something, right? Or like cash for a season.
Yeah, but this is the only reason it's listed out in a ranking type thing is that just because they want teams towards the top, so they're always offering them more money than they'd offer a team that's 24th in semi-pro or something like that.
Gotcha.
Like it's not based off if you're first in your division, you get whatever funding number is there. It's just they want that because they think Paintball Fit's going to be first or up near there for a while, so they want them to wear their thing, so people want to shoot their paint.
See, they were super vague about this when they posted it.
They just kind of posted and ghosted too. Like that's why I almost forgot about it. Like this was a couple weeks ago.
I remember when I posted on the group chat.
Cash wants the money. That's why.
You guys didn't even believe me. You guys were
looked like a meme
where did
fucking
you get
thing.
That from? It really did look like a meme.
Oh, I called my dad immediately. I was like, "Hey, what's yeah," and kind of confirmed it.
Who does he know? Who does he know?
Yeah, I was about to say. It sounds like
that was also that's one of the most like frat things you've ever said. I called my dad immediately.
Hey, like my dad and the Ironman guys.
You don't know my daddy.
Do you know who my dad is?
Machine Gun Mike.
I mean, no, they know like the old Ironman guys. They know Gino, the guy that owns Valken. So,
well, and that is true because
when we.
Sorry, but if you were in paintball before 95, you knew everyone. Like it was such a small industry that was kind of like now if those people are still in whatever parts of the industry or business they're in, you kind of have those connections still.
Yeah. And
well, that's why I think like the Bob Long video, going back to the video essay type stuff, I think that would be an interesting video because I think you can't tell that story without talking about the man himself. And he started playing with your father and stuff back in the day, like playing on that team, and then kind of took it over and made it his own thing, and then kind of took and built a brand and made guns, and like it kind of made this whole thing from starting in the woods underneath the Ironman.
Honestly, I want a small video doc of Machine Gun Mike, even if it's 30 seconds.
Dude, if I had the footage. Like you act like he keeps saying this doc that exists in 1994. I can't find it. What Ironman doc came out in 94?
Oh my god!
You gotta find it and send it to me.
Road to Glory.
Road to Glory. Okay, maybe I'll watch. It could also be one of those ones that's so old that I'm like, oh god, I can't watch this. There is some paintball content that just is. Oh my god, it's from a different generation.
I'm gonna catch some
I'm
hate
in like
for
the
this one.
reclined like Woody stance.
There
tonight.
are
Fuck
a lot. There are actually a lot of videos that are like that for me, where I'm just like, that's a little too old for me.
I'm gonna be fully honest. That's raw footage for me. I can't stand watching raw footage. I think if I was in the match or if I knew someone in the match, it'd be more exciting. But just watching a match from the sidelines like that with like no commentary or anything just doesn't do it for me. But I could also,
maybe that's what we should do, dude. We should get a raw footage of some of our matches and commentate over that.
Yeah, no, that would be kind of cool.
What the fuck is that?
That would be kind of cool. Maybe take some of the live stream footage or something like that if that existed.
See, that would be cool.
Yeah, I like that idea. Speaking of the live stream, that's actually a really good segue to one of the things that happened this last week too. Was Vince? Let's Talk Paintball. He kind of made his return a little bit. Wanted to make some waves in the sport again. I have no clue what it means. I have not talked to him. I have no inside information. I'm just in the dark as everyone else. But
I messaged him.
Okay. were you a Let's Talk fan?
Yeah, I did message him. Yeah. Anybody who's like that passionate about the game, of course I'm their biggest fan. Because dude,
I like them.
I'm just like they are in a way, dude. I'm passionate about the game.
My thing is, I appreciated Vince. I didn't like everything he did, but at the same time, like, I'm glad he was in the game. Like, I didn't have any problem with him, and if anything, I probably leaned more towards the side of, being a fan on that stuff. I just, at the same time, like, I don't really love the news, journalism, gossip side of sports and stuff. I do get that it's needed, and having that kind of media core represented definitely offers something to the sport. I don't know. Journalists are weird to me. I don't trust journalists.
Sometimes drama is always needed, you know, or else it'd be boring.
It is. You need your daily little picky slop, your little horrible slop, your TMZ articles, your little paparazzi miserableness.
I remember like when seeing the video when Brando, did you watch it with me?
We watched it, yeah.
Okay, so I just want to make sure. I was like, I wonder if like the reason why he released this is like the perfect timing because of the whole situation with Matt Ingles, right? Because he even brought him up at like near the end of the video.
Maybe. I don't know if him departing was fully because of Matt though. I think that was kind of a happenstance. Became it became a thing. Like it became a grievance, but it wasn't necessarily the main one. Does that make sense? Like because of the stuff that they were talking about with like the PBLI images and stuff like that. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. It's a hard one for me. I just take video. This is why I hate all like the paintball politics stuff too, because it's like I'm just a
player, bro. I'm just a player.
I don't like it. Yeah, I just show up and take video, and sometimes it's cool, sometimes it sucks, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna be here. Like I see it all. Like I don't know. I think it's because a lot of
I can never hate on it.
Honestly, I think it's, and this is very ironic saying this because I have a podcast and you know I'm kind of doing the same thing, but I think it's because a lot of media want the story to be about them, not necessarily the game that's happening in front of them. And I think you need some of that because if you don't have that, then those people don't want to be there. Yeah, no, and those people wouldn't want to show up if they feel like they're doing all this work and it's not being rewarded or, you know, like appreciated in some value. So I definitely get that. But I think that's where a lot of the drama in paintball media can come from at times is like everyone wants to be the big guy on campus and all this shit. And that's why I just get annoyed because I'm like, I don't care. Like, I just want to make enough money to pay my bills and like, you know, move on. Like,
I'm just trying to play on Team USA with Brando.
Good luck.
Dude, the double whammy, dude. Could you imagine? That'd be like double dream come true.
Hatch, get a little counterfeited would it be birth certificate, and then just say you're 12. Little crayon writing,
shit.
That would work.
Oh yeah, I am 12.
Yeah, there you go. You got the reference finally.
With green crayon.
Yeah, he's good. It was a $20 bill. That's the crazy thing too, bro. What bribe works for $20?
Dude, that just shows how bad inflation is now compared to fucking like what was that 2007 when that movie came out or something like that.
Dude, I call it the Benchwarmers bribe index. It's the BBI for short. You can tell how bad inflation is getting depending on how cheap the $20 bribe in Benchwarmers is. It's perfect. I think it's going to be a beautiful system that all financial markets use and adopt in the future.
You know, that kind of reminds me of a thing where it's like kind of a little bit older when in the Sandlot when they were doing like the chewing tobacco. Sorry. Yep, right. Like that one. They're like, dude, what is that? They're like, what is that? Dude's like, dude, it's chaw. Like nobody fucking calls it that shit anymore. And to me, that looked like beef jerky to me. Well,
I don't think it was beef jerky, but it was something. Do you think they actually just gave a whole bunch of kids chewing tobacco on set? I mean, they had looser like child labor laws, but they weren't that loose.
I'd like to hope so.
It still was an 18-year-old and up product at that time.
I mean, who gives a shit? Let the kids do what they want.
Yeah.
Let the kids do drugs. That's a new one. I've heard let the kids play, but I have not heard let the kids do drugs. That's it's a new take, Hatch.
Play like a kid, dude. Play like a kid. You know what they say. So, shout out to Alex Frazier, the man, the myth, the legend, dude.
I don't like that, man. I don't like that. Well, yeah, guys. Do you have any more questions, Hatch? What? I know you took a couple more over there on your
let me double check
on your iPhone. I know we talked about that, but I still don't know
exactly how to use it. I still don't know exactly.
I feel like you're doing okay. You're whipping up some memes on it.
I do feel like I'm doing okay. So here's one.
I don't know how to use it. I do feel like I'm doing okay.
I do feel like I'm doing okay.
Sorry,
with the memes.
That was funny to me.
Do you think the Hormesis 1v1 has potential to become the next tennis type league of paintball?
I think tennis is a weird word to say with it. I do think it has potential. I think 1v1 paintball has always had potential. It just needed the right promoter. Like, I mean, fuck, look at MMA, bro.
Really good with it.
Like, MMA was around for a long time before the UFC started, but the UFC figured out the right way to promote it and to make it an actual, like, sport entertainment broadcast product that they then sold for $4 billion.
You know, it would be sick if we had like a gladiator type thing where we would just do like 10 warriors against like another 10 warriors.
No, and you know, it'd be sick if we put them in a big dome and it was kids from these different, you know, districts and these cities that we grew up in, and then they would go into a dome and there would only be weapons that were scattered through the arena, and only one would survive, and then that person would be rewarded with riches. I think that would be a really good.
Certain sponsors can throw care packages in?
That would be a great idea. We should add that in too, so you could pay to win the game. I love this. Brandon, write this down. This is a huge script that we're gonna write.
Patent pending, motherfuckers.
We got
verbal trademark.
We got a book on that. We can write minimum 5 books on that.
We should call it something like, I think all the districts are hungry, so maybe we call it like the Hunger Games, something like that, you know? Like, I think that'd be cool because it's all like a hunger to compete, to, you know, want to be the best, to have pride. Okay, I think we've gone too far with this bit. Obviously,
have you ever seen the parody of that movie? Have you ever seen the parody of that movie called The Starving Games?
No, I have not. What are you talking about?
No bullshit. There's a movie. I'll drop a picture of it in our chat where it's called The Starving Games.
I volunteer
parody of it.
I guess. I don't know. I don't have that good depth of knowledge on Hunger Games.
2013 films. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This shit is cheeks, dude.
Oh, Brandon dropped on the Road to Glory too. Yeah, so oh my god. All right, now I gotta open up a link because you can't screenshot and add the star. Oh my god.
And it's Everdeen.
All you need to do is just open up the page and you see.
You think we'd be in trouble if we were to like watch this shit as like a Patreon video?
All the laughs, half the calories. Well, it has its own IMDb page, so I'm gonna guess that someone owns a copyright for it. So let's not ruin our lives. But you know what? If enough people out there say that we have to watch it, it's only an hour and 23 minutes. That would probably that would be pretty
3.2 out of 10.
3.2 out of 10.
Dude, wow. The thing is, I've seen it. I saw it in the movie theater when I was in high school.
In the movie theater? So this was like an actual released like parody movie?
Yes.
This was when like Scary Movie and stuff was still like a thing.
A little bit after.
No,
right?
I know, but I guess like comedies like that were still coming out.
Yes, like the same time as like, what was that one scary movie that was kind of tried to make fun of like Paranormal Activity? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. What was that one called?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't think of the name.
Haunted House? I
don't think it was. Haunted House was an animated movie, I think.
Yeah,
that was Haunted
You're thinking of
Mansion
Monster House.
Like Monster
You're thinking
House.
of Monster House.
Thank you. Yep.
Gotcha,
we grew up
bro.
at the same place and time. 90s kid, shout out.
Yep, but like, oh man, there were so many good videos, and there was even another parody for Twilight that was called Vampires Suck.
I saw that. I didn't see that, but I remember that one more. Like, I remember seeing ads and shit for it.
I went to the movie theater. I took a chick on a date, but we were not watching the movie.
Let's be real. If you went on a date to the movie theaters when you were in high school, that's why you went. You didn't go to watch a movie. Let's be real.
I mean, I thought that movie was pretty funny. There were some times where I opened my eyes.
But you just said you didn't watch the movie, so.
There were some times where I opened my eyes.
Why were they closed?
But anyway.
He's sleeping, obviously.
Oh, yes. Getting his 8 hours in. He had to get a nice nap in.
Got to get my beauty sleep.
Yeah, he's a respectable young lass. Or lad, I guess.
Lass. There we go.
Same shit. Different day.
Okay. So ready for this next question?
Dude, I'm ready to fucking eat. I'm starving, bro. But yeah.
I'm starving too, not even gonna lie.
We're gonna talk about candy now to wrap out the show for 30 minutes.
No, what do you guys think about, dude? The Ironmen are almost in last place. Like they have potential to be relegated.
They're not gonna be relegated. Not this season, at least. We don't know how next season's gonna go. But yeah, because it was funny. Jordan at Seeple, I talked to him about this, and he was trying to tell me the same thing. Like, you don't know, man. It could be a tight one. Saints could come out swinging. I'm sorry. if this happens right now and like the Saints make an amazing World Cup run, that's the most unpredictable and unbelievable thing. I just I don't like that organization.
They would have been relegated. They would have been relegated last year, but dude, level choked that cup and losing to the Saints.
Have they gotten anything better than last place since that first event?
Did.
Let's hear it, Brando.
I thought they got like 18th one year or one event. I think like Texas.
Oh, they got 18th. Okay. Oh my God, they did so much fucking better.
That's better than 20th. That's better than 20th. That's where we are. That's where we're at.
Is it? It's technically what, 5% better or 10% better? Because 5% would be 19.
And 10.
Yeah, 10% better. 10% better. So huge improvement. Give them their fucking round of a fucking applause.
But then it's also right. Then we got to get through 19 other semi-pro teams and then get to pro, just to be the worst at pro, right?
Yeah.
So,
and then to be the 20th team there.
I wonder. This is gonna sound mean, but I wonder how bad PB Fit would smash the Latin Saints.
I actually think that would be a closer match than we think. I do still think PB Fit would win that because I think I've seen PB Fit play better team paintball in the matches that I've seen this year. I think that would be a closer game though than we're giving credit. The Saints are, they have some decent paintball players on there. They're not the worst paintball team that exists.
Dude, their Snake Eye's hella good.
Yeah, but let's be real. At the same time, they're in the top 200 paintballers in the planet, and I don't think they're in that conversation, if that makes sense. Because let's be real, we've said that before. That's what the pro division is. It's the top 200 paintball players in the planet, and that's the world's kind of decided. European leagues and everything. It kind of seems that the American side at least is the more premier like competition, and Russian Legion I think kind of made that point known when they were like, all right, we're gonna go compete in America. We want to play against the best paintball, and they play damn ass good paintball now.
Tauntauns are trying to do the same thing right now, but they're just not here every event.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I remember, speaking of Jordan again, a funny story when they were trying to win that spot through semi-pro. They did that one year. They came up against DMG in I think a 3rd and 4th place match. Like they were already, and so I don't know who it was, but it was one of the Tauntauns like lead guys goes up to Jordan and he was like, "So it makes no sense for us to shoot more paint and spend more money. So we're okay just forfeiting." Like they just wanted to get first. They didn't really care about 3rd or 4th. So they were like, all right, that's fine. And then so Jordan's like, well, can we go write that down? Like, can we go sign a score sheet right now that says you're forfeiting?
I'll take it.
I'll take it, but we're gonna sign that, and I'm not just gonna not show up and get
And I remember there were jokes. There were jokes that we were making. We're like, dude, we should have made because Ben Challenger was on the team at that point, right? We should have made Ben Challenger 1v1 Axel, right?
That would have been funny.
Best of 10 or some shit.
Best of the midgets.
Imagine that's like the finals. Best of 10.
The two little people in paintball go at it. Just light jabs.
I pick Ben Challenger. Unpopular opinion. I pick Ben Challenger.
I think it depends. That one stumps me because I think you're right. I think in a one-on-one situation, I think Benny wins. I think in a 5v5 situation, Axel is a dynamic player and can open up make openings for himself. But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I think if you're one-on-one gun skills, I think Ben could take him down. But now that's that conversation does switch when you throw team elements into it there, and because that also as a one, I think your team really does dictate how well you can do. Like you can have great individual talent, but if your two never gives you the right information, you aren't going to produce as much as you could be producing if you're this athletic, gifted type person or something like that.
Such a team game.
Such a big team game. Because if you're not using your team, you are losing every goddamn point, dude.
Hey, Brando. We don't really have anything bad in the chat, but I'm missing out on a familiar face. Can I just get some nice bumps? We did get a couple of those. Nice. I need to see a nice smiling face. There, dude, he has it right away. I love it. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, that makes me happy. And I think that's going to be how we kind of wrap up the show tonight, guys. But yeah, I mean, I guess before we officially do that, did you have anything else you wanted to bring up, Ash?
Enjoy paintball,
lightning round type situation.
The Nico Hyatt style, dude. Enjoy paintball, because it's not going to be here forever. and it's like it's constantly adapting to where, you know, what if you're
Dude,
not? What if it
X-Ball
is
could
like
be dead next year? Tom Ball could take over.
exactly?
Oh
What if Tom Holland
no!
does take over? What if Hormesis one-on-one duels come over to where there is no
What
longer
if
a team
Hormesis
aspect?
goes bankrupt?
Holy fucking shit, dude!
Like, these are all things that could happen. That one's actually not as plausible, but no, like, I mean, yeah, that was hyperbole, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of things I think are going to change within this next year, but at the same time, I think we've been saying that for the past 3 years. So it's kind of like, are those changes actually going to come this season?
Enjoy while it lasts, seriously, because dude, there's gonna be at some point where you look at the box and none of your homies are gonna be there.
You love that quote. I remember when that meme came out. You were all over that one. You love that one. I guess that's not really a meme. It's more so like an inspirational post. Hatch, you ruined it. Sure, God damn it, Hatch. I saw the picture.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
It's a funny photo,
that one,
but it's
I'm not sorry about that one.
What I wanted in the chat.
Brando, bring it back up again. Bring it back up again.
All right,
come on. You got to bump. We can't have Brandon's literal bare ass cheeks in the chat in case it gets leaked.
What the? Those are not even his. That's not even his bare ass cheeks. That's
actually exactly what it is.
They're flexing.
That's just a guy flexing. That's just a guy. That's just Sam Solik.
Jesus Christ. I wish you people could see what we
Sam
are
Solik
looking at without
chest.
getting us removed from fucking YouTube. I enjoy the show.
Is that the thumbnail?
Spent 60. No, that can't be the thumbnail. I do not understand how this works. We've done 60 fucking 3 of these and you can't get it.
62. Well,
no, we've done 63.
No,
62 doesn't exist.
dude.
We don't talk about it. It's part of the rules of 62 club. We don't talk about 62
because technically 61.5 counts.
Oh, got
we
you.
technically did record a 62. It just didn't come out.
Oh man, what did Ethan say about that?
Oh, he was chill. I texted him about it. He was cool with it. He was a bummer, but he kind of understands from the digital creation.
Fuck,
shit happens.
Dude. Damn, we gotta have him on again, dude.
It really was a good show. That's what I hate too. Like it was a very good conversation. So I'm excited if we have him back on so people can hear a little bit of that.
It's crazy. I thought he was way more of like into paintball, like way more.
No, oh yeah,
like,
no, like
just,
it's. I mean, I think you saying that definitely sounds weird because he is into paintball. He is like a fan of it at this point, but like he never really has been like like tournaments for years
like
type guy or stuff like that.
I asked him. I was like, "Yo, like
that's what I thought.
Do you follow? How closely do you follow like the pro and the NECTR?" He's like, "Well, not too much, but you have to for like the rules." And stuff like
he was
that.
saying a lot more
blah,
now.
blah, blah.
Like that. I think that was the quote from him
right.
because he was like, "Yeah, at first it's kind of started, not really, but like, yeah, now like I have to pay attention to it for the layouts and stuff like that, and the rules and the other updates that they have." So. No, yeah, 5-2. It's infinite paintball. There's cool things going over there. I haven't been gaming at all recently. Like it's been a gaming drought. There's been nothing new, nothing fun, nothing's got my eye, so I've not been gaming. I spent all that time on the WDP video. That was where my hyperfixation went.
I started playing Resident Evil 4 remake again.
Again? So you started playing the remastered again?
It's hella good, dude. I'm telling you. It's like there's a reason why it's my favorite game.
I'll never forget that like one scene I saw.
Playthrough?
What was that, Brando?
You had to go through like a yearly playthrough for it?
Low key, yeah.
Yeah, well, he did that with before Elden Ring, it was The Witcher. He did that with The Witcher. Every like year, he'd boot it up and do a nice little run through.
It's just so good, dude. Same thing with Red Dead. Some of those are just some games that you have to experience. Like, dude, Red Dead, Halo, Left 4 Dead, you just gotta experience games like that because if you don't, you're fucking missing out on the prime of gaming, dude.
I know what you wanted to say there, and I'm glad you did it.
What are we talking about? Among Us?
Oh, no, if you haven't seen
that.
No,
I said that. I said that in our group chat. I put that in our
not Among Us.
Group
oh,
chat.
no, never mind. Never mind. It's something you normally say if someone doesn't do something, they're this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Your famous Hatch catchphrase that can't be said on the show.
Yeah, if you don't experience those games, you're lame. You're lame. I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah, so now you know what we mean.
You're lame.
Well, yeah. Awesome, guys. Episode 63. I don't really have much more to talk about tonight. I'm tired. I would like to get some sleep. I had to get up early and get my teeth looked at. I was at the dentist this morning. It fun, I guess. I don't know. Hey, shout out to my dental hygienist if you find this. We were talking about the videos and stuff earlier, so that was cool. I definitely, dude, it's funny. I could tell I make my dental hygienist day, because like I guarantee you most of the time it's like kids or older people or stuff like that, but like he's in his like mid-20s, and so it's funny, every time I go in there we just talk about like YouTube and shit and like random things, and you could tell he's always like, yeah, that was a cool 30 minutes, like I actually gotta speak about stuff I like.
He's living vicariously through you.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I don't know, but hey, shout out, bro. Appreciate you. Keep my teeth nice and clean. But yeah, let's finally wrap this up. Before we do that, I gotta remind you guys one more time to drop a rating on the show, whatever platform you're on. It really does help, or else I wouldn't say it so many goddamn times. So please just go and do it. It takes 10 seconds and it's free, for the sake of Jesus Christ. Also subscribe on those platforms as well. That's the other thing that kind of helps boost algorithms. So yeah, do those little things. Takes no time at all. Takes no money at all. Definitely helps us out. If you do want to spend some money to help support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/mafia_productions. Check out some of the extra bonus content that we have over there. We now have our first episode of Movie Night is living up there. So that's evergreen content. You guys can check out whenever. We're going to have more episodes of that upcoming in the future. We also did a commentary video for the WDP video. We got all the podcasts that go up there a week early. You get access to any of the other videos that come out as well, and they're all ad-free releases. So it's definitely a lot of reasons to go get signed up and become a Patreon producer. And hey, you also support us. You help making this show go, and we definitely appreciate our Patreon members. Both large and small, but we definitely appreciate our large Patreon producers, our Junior Browns, our Ryan Dosses, our Dave Morgans, and our Michael Bairds. We definitely appreciate those for a little bit extra. So yeah, head over there if you want to get signed up for that. One more time, it's patreon.com/mafia_productions. Head over, check out the merch at xxdthelabel.com. That's going to be linked down below as well. We got the Mafia Production shirt. There's another one over there as well. And then sponsors, one last time, check out Liquid IV at liquidiv.com. Mafia_Mafia is the promo code over there. A lot of mafias and moffats and shit that gets said in this time. NECTR is too far away. I literally can't reach it from where I'm at. So any CTR.energy, head over there, grab yourself some NECTR, get buzzed up and energized, and yeah, do all the great things. Well, we did it. We recorded a show. I see the red light going. Audio track was rolling the whole time. I checked it multiple times out of the corner of my eye, and I hope people could see it throughout the show. But yeah, we're back. It's another podcast from the sidelines. We're back in action, guys. Nothing's gonna stop us, baby. We're a fucking freight train.
You ready for this code word? Ready for this code word?
Yeah. It's caught me off guard. All right, what's the code word?
Here we go. Shout out to Caden. Never surrender. Never surrender. That's the code word.
I thought it was gonna be shout out to Caden. I was like, oh, okay.
No, the code word is never surrender.
All right, never surrender. Got that written down on
Brando
sheet.
Got to witness it firsthand.
Yeah, embarrassing.
Jesus Christ. Well,
oh God, why'd you say it like that?
With those lovely words, I think that brings us to the end of episode 63, ladies and gentlemen. And you two goobers better stay quiet over there. So, for Brandon Brando Baird, for Stephen Hatch, my name is Ryan Mafia Moffat. And we're going to check you guys out on the next episode next week, 64 of From the Sidelines. But before then, we have to have someone take us out. God, I'm trying to see how long I could make Hatch just awkwardly freeze and stare into the camera. Okay, take us home. Get us out of here. Let's go.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.